What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here in this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. This video is also brought to you by two things. Since we don't do any sponsorships here on the channel, I'll go ahead and show them out real quick. The first is my music, which is available anywhere you stream music under the name Aftersound, and the second is a new podcast I just launched on my YouTube music channel called Chasing Infinity. It is myself and ChatGPT as my AI co-host, and we cover a wide range of topics, so check it out. Links in the description below, and I appreciate the support. All right, guys, let's talk about Rebellion, because as it currently stands, we're sitting at roughly above 953,000 packs that are either open or circulating. You get another 700,000 in the DAO, which hopefully we'll figure out something productive to do within the future. And of course, less than 2 million, I should say, remaining in the store for sale over the next couple of months. I think we're actually closing in on about 2.5 months exactly, because it's December 18th is still the date that we're looking at for the final day of packs being in the store. So here's my thing, because I've seen a lot of, either discouragement or negativity around this Rebellion sale, the fact that we haven't even crossed 1 million packs yet. And I mean, I get it, right? I understand it's not anywhere near what we were hoping for, not anywhere near what we've seen in the past. And the truth is that so much of it was due to the fact that we still had a Chaos Legion overprint. Now, I know most people understand that, but what I want you to take a moment to do is look forward. What is the next modern format going to look like? So sure, maybe Rebellion doesn't hit 1 million, maybe it doesn't hit the 1.5 million, right? I'm still trying for it to track to. But the next set that rolls out will not have this Chaos Legion overprint and will not have a bunch of players that already have these Chaos Legion cards. If anything, it's going to be Rebellion players who will dominate because they have cards that are available in Modern. And then the new set will be whoever wants to get in. So will we sell more than 1 million packs right away? Will we sell 1.5 million? I don't know. But the idea at that point in time is that any players, right, either current players or new players, will need to have these cards in order to be competitive, whereas that is simply not the case this time around. I'm able to make it into Diamond, and I still only have Chaos Legion cards, and I don't even have a Max Chaos Legion set. I don't have a Max Rift Watcher set. I don't have most of the promo cards, right? So for me, like, it's the fact that I'm still able to be competitive is simply due to the fact that we have way too many Chaos Legion cards. And it's, you know what? I even want to get away from that, because it's not even the fact that there's too many Chaos Legion cards. It's just the fact that we didn't need Rebellion in order to be competitive. Now, what would that analog look like in the future, right? What would the same analogy be? Well, in the future, if it's just less people, right, in Modern format, if all of us decide to take our Chaos Legion decks and go into Wild, and it's just a couple people playing in Modern format, well, they may not choose to buy it either, right? Whatever the next set ends up being called, right? Whatever that next, we'll call it number 6. If people decide not to buy number 6, it might just be Rebellion players playing with one another, right, with whatever cards that they have available to them. But the difference is that it's going to be reversed, where let's say there's, the rewards in Modern end up being good and probably potentially even better than what they are now, because someone with a Chaos Legion deck like myself will not be able to participate to the same level. Well, that will drive people to buy the newer deck, right? That will drive people to buy that. It'll be the inverse of what people are doing now, where people are being driven to buy Rebellion, right? Versus Chaos Legion, the new set versus the past one. Whereas the next situation, we've almost talked about this already with it being similar to Untamed, right? Where Rebellion's going to be that set, but in order to make it more competitive in a sense, or just to fill it out, we'll want to have more of set number 6 out there, right? Because if it's just everybody having Rebellion, there's obviously not enough Rebellion cards for all the players that are either here now or will be here in the future. So it's going to look completely different. And I'm not going to sit here and say we're going to sell 10 million packs. That's not the point. But I do think that Rebellion was hampered so much by the fact that you just didn't need it, right? A lot of players sat out. And because a lot of players sat out, you just didn't need it. Again, it had really nothing to do with the overprint of Chaos Legion, although Chaos Legion being overprinted was an issue, right? But it didn't impact the Rebellion sales in that way, right? Obviously, all this stuff is interconnected because of the game economy. But when we look forward to the future, that same kind of impact is not going to be there, right? If all of a sudden most of the people with Chaos Legion cards decide to opt out and go over into Wild or leave the game or whatever the case is, those rewards are going to look phenomenal in the future Modern format with Rebellion and set number 6. And that alone will probably end up driving sales significantly because you will have people that want to be competitive and go towards the top. And for people that are coming in that cannot get Rebellion packs or Rebellion cards because those are either super scarce or super expensive, they will try to find a way to be competitive with the newer set. And, knowing power creep, knowing different abilities, knowing all the stuff that usually happens in all trading card games, right? Not just Splinterlands. There will be opportunities and probably combos that come with whatever the new set is that will be meta-defining or meta-changing, game-changing, right? And so I think that we're going to be in a position where obviously, Rebellion is not as highly desired, but not for the reasons that it's a terrible set. It's simply because the competition didn't require it, because the competition is just so overloaded with Chaos Legion, and that's not going to be the case in the future. If anything, it's going to be the inverse, where people will be hoping that a bunch of other folks buy into set number 6, so that you only see set number 6 and you don't run into Rebellion until you get to the tippy top of the leaderboard, right? So that's how I'm viewing the future of this. I made several videos saying I would like to see that come sooner rather than later, right? The rotation of Modern format. But again, I can be convinced either way. I'm just saying that looking at this now in terms of Rebellion sales, obviously it's been a little bit discouraging. It's probably been a little bit disappointing because I would have wanted to see more. But keep in mind, there's so many other factors that we're not even talking about here, such as the new player experience not being ready, right? We're kind of waiting for the bull run to really kick off here in Q4, and we got a bit of October rather than October. So at this point, right, like it's hard to determine where things will be in the future, obviously. But even if Rebellion doesn't cross the certain milestones that I'm hoping that it will, the next set is going to look completely different. And I would say, while there are many people who may feel hesitant or reluctant to go heavy, I do believe that there are quite a few whales or just top players in general that I've talked to that have been very happy with the experience in Rebellion so far. Been really happy with the direction that Matt has taken the game and that Matt has taken with Rebellion versus something like Chaos Legion, and will have the conviction, I've talked about this in previous videos about card values, but will have the conviction to once again go heavy on set number 6 whenever that comes out. So we'll see how that all plays out. Again, we're still in early days of this conversation here because a mini set is still technically on the table. But once we get that proposal, once we get the team, talking about it, hopefully, sometime this month and during the town hall, we'll move forward with that. But at this point, still 2.5 months of Rebellion, and I'm still holding out hope. But at this point, yeah, it's a little discouraging, and I totally understand. But we'll see how things shake out once the Modern format rotates. All right, guys, that's all I have for you guys in this video. I'll catch you all in the next one. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'll see you all around the game. Peace.